The Super Duty Tremor is the closest thing that we'll get to a diesel Raptor. I'll include a link to the Super Ford and Salt Lake's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into the review. Under the hood is a 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic. It puts out 500 horsepower and then 1,200 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. Now, Ford's been doing a lot of cool colors on their trucks lately, and this is one of them. Down below, you've got the giant headlights. The design is kind of interesting, and then the grille's all blacked out. We've got fog lights, recovery points too. And you'll note this has a much smaller air dam, so it makes it look a little bit more aggressive and gives it a better approach angle. Tire and wheel setup is 285 by 75 by 18, so these tires are big enough for this to be considered a Raptor from a tire perspective. It really just needs better shocks. These shocks are fine, the suspension's fine too, but if they want it to be more Raptor-like, you gotta add live valve, right? Anywho, we've got the Lariat badge, F-350 badge on the side, the red Power Stroke badge because this has the high output. This also has the bedside step, we've got the Tremor decal there on the side, and yes, leaf springs in the rear and a solid rear axle. The stance of this truck front to rear is pretty level with the Tremor package. Just a little bit of rake, but not a lot. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function, remote start, tailgate drop down, and then the Ford logo there in the back. LED lights, we've got an outlet here in the bed, we have fifth wheel prep, and look at that bed liner on a Ford. You never see this. This also has the tailgate step system and a ruler on the tailgate. And then it is manual with the pickup function, and then I like the darker Ford logo there on the back. Got the fancier tail lights, bumper steps here in the rear, and a massive receiver hitch. And that's because this has over 20,000 pounds of towing capacity. This week's giveaway features a limited edition 850 horsepower Mustang Dark Horse as well as a custom 455 horsepower Bronco Raptor and $45,000 to cover the taxes on the vehicles if you win. Use code BHC or click the link in the video description or the pinned comment. This will give you 4x entries on any donation, $25 or more. Not only that, these donations go to help both children's and veterans charities. So click the link below. Best of luck and hope to see you in a Bronco Raptor and Mustang Dark Horse soon. Let's now check out the interior. This has the Lariat interior, so you do have some nice trim there on the door panel. We also have power side steps. Got that fancy trim on the seats, and you can lift them up for storage underneath. There's also a flat load floor. Legroom in the back's good. We have a storage pocket. We've got cup holders, heated seats, USB ports, some vents on top of that. And then headroom back here is pretty good. Keyless entry for up front. Let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. They also power extend out and power fold in. We've got memory seats down below, and then here are those adjustments for the mirrors, and then you have more nice trim on the door panel. 12,000 pounds of gross vehicle weight rating, and then 3,867 pounds of payload. Now this truck is equipped with the upgraded seats. You've got the mega recline function, and then they're power adjustable with lumbar support. Got our light controls here, power adjustable pedals. This of course leads us inside, starting with the steering wheel. We've got nice trim all around. You've got practical controls for the center. We've got our adaptive cruise control, voice command controls built in. This has a column shifter there on the back. Plus and minus, you can shift the gears yourself. And this will shift us over to the gauge cluster. So it's digital. That means you can customize what is displayed in the center. It'll also display the different drive modes. Those drive modes for both towing, on-road, and off-road use with this truck. There's a heads-up display. You've got some soft touch trim across the dash. Diesel exhaust brake, hill descent control, and then we do have a 360 camera with this. Good resolution with the camera itself. As for the rest of the infotainment system, shortcut bar here at the bottom. It's actually pretty quick to respond, all things considered. And then, yeah, you've got this auxiliary tab off to the side, which you can customize what's there. This has Ford's Pro Trailer Backup Assistant, trailer brake controls, and then we have a part-time four-wheel drive system with this. No auto, but we do have low. It also has a rear locking differential, and then your drive mode select, and it even has trail turn assist. Analog controls for the radio. You also have dual zone climate, heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and then below that we've got our phone charging pad with some USB ports. More storage here in the center with some cup holders. Pretty big center console. Nice trim on the top of that. And then this does come with 6 auxiliary switches. Power setting rear window with that little button. Panoramic sunroof. $99,120. Let's see how this Tremor performs. Way, These Super Duty Fords are so big. I feel tiny getting into them. And by the way, I've had some people ask on the thumbnails. So if you guys don't know, I purposefully angle the camera and I set myself back next to the vehicle in just a way to make myself look really small next to the vehicles, make the vehicle look huge. I don't know what it is, but for some reason it makes the videos do a little bit better on YouTube. It's not like a huge difference, but it is a little bit of a difference compared to if I like stand normally and angle the camera normally. So for those of you wondering, I'm a little bit bigger than I look with the thumbnails. It's an optical illusion, but I think it's funny. It always makes me laugh when I'm editing them. So Ford, just like Ram, still has a solid axle in the front and in the back. General Motors is the one that does independent front suspension with their heavy duties. Now this is going to be bumpy, right? When you go over stuff, it is coil sprung, but it's a solid axle vehicle. However, this is actually pretty comfortable for an HD truck. Now the Tremor package with the all-terrain tires, it doesn't really help out the ride. I'd say it actually makes the ride a little bit worse on road in some ways. Let's see if we can find the what am I looking for? Is it my view? No, I don't think that's gonna, well, maybe this will have. There we go. That is weird to have the tires set at 56 up front and 72 in the back. It's a little bit strange. But yeah, the tires in Super Duties are always higher with the PSI because it's a heavier vehicle, so you need the tires to be a little bit more filled with air to be able to handle the heavier load. But yeah, if you just air these down right, your fuel economy is not going to be all that great and your tires are going to squish down quite a bit, but that would improve the ride a lot. But even over the train tracks, it handles it all well. But I will say, I've driven the Shelby Super Baja, which is basically a diesel Super Duty Raptor that's made by Tuscany, and that shows where Ford could, you know, come into the market with a real diesel Raptor. And the thing is, they don't have to do the crazy stuff that they have with the Shelby Super Baja. All they have to do is just basically throw Fox shocks under this thing, maybe do slightly, maybe do, this doesn't have any fender flares, maybe just literally just like the Bronco Raptor, just big fender flares, you know, a little bit bigger tires, like wider and stuff. Boom, you got a Super Duty Raptor. People would love it. People would pay for it. People would, I mean, people are spending 100 grand on these. They'd spend 100 grand on a diesel Raptor. And just do one interior option. Just do basically a Lariat, maybe do a Platinum too. Just Lariat Platinum, King Ranch, that'd be cool. But I like the Tremor a lot. You are paying a lot though for it. I mean, the package itself is several $1,000s, and then you add that on top of the high output Power Stroke, and yeah, that's how we're up to basically $100,000 for a Lariat. If you spend just a few $1,000s more, you can get a Platinum Plus F-350. So again, you are paying quite a bit for the Tremor price tag. And I think the way to get the most expensive single rear wheel Super Duty is actually to do a Tremor Platinum. I don't think it really gets any more expensive than that. For single rear wheel, at least. But can't get into it too much because of the wet road. But man, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, 500 horsepower. This is, in terms of acceleration, the most impressive HD still. And it'll probably continue to be that way for quite some time because Ram isn't really going to increase their power. General Motors isn't really going to increase their power anytime soon. They kind of just stay in put. So I guess if you care about acceleration with a HD truck, yeah, this one's definitely the craziest. Let me know what you guys think about the Tremor. I think it's a cool package. I do think that it needs a little bit of love in the form of a Raptor version that kind of just elevates this even more. I mean, Chevy's got the ZR2, just saying, Ford.